All right, what's new? What's new? Back with another pick here today. Yesterday, man, we stayed away from both games. I wasn't too confident in the Bucks versus Nets. I wanted to pick the Bucks, but I just wasn't feeling too confident. They really hadn't shown me much in this whole entire series. Even though they won Game 3, they still didn't show you much. The offense was still looking rough. Offense definitely looked much better last night. So good for them. They're able to tie the series, and of course, we saw Kyrie go down. We'll see what happens with that. That's certainly gonna affect everything really. So we'll see. See if he can make it back. And then the Nuggets versus Suns, I wasn't really too sure either. I personally don't like picking 3-0 games where it's a 3-0 series. I always get weary of picking the team that's up 3-0 because I'm always like, oh, are they just gonna let up the gas, or have they already moved on mentally to the next round? And then when it comes to the team that's down 3-0, I'm always thinking, oh, are they going to fight, or are they just going to pack it in, throw in the towel? You know what I'm saying? So stayed away from both games. I actually went to the game last night, the Phoenix Suns versus Nuggets. Finally went to a playoff game. It was my first playoff game. Didn't really feel like a playoff game, to be honest, because, it was a 3-0 series. A lot of Suns fans, some Nuggets fans as well. I was up in the upper air duct, bro. I was way up there, man. I can't even lie. I was in the nosebleeds, man. But had fun regardless. It was a pretty good game, other than Jokic getting ejected wrongfully in my mind. Yeah, it was a foul, no doubt. You could even say it was a flagrant, but to throw the guy out, I think that was absolutely ridiculous, man. I really do. You know, that's just from what I saw, man. But I think it was. I don't think he should have been thrown out, especially the MVP of the league, man. Like, give him a flagrant, technical, whatever, but don't throw the guy out. That was kind of crazy. Chris Paul is just ridiculous, man. The Suns are looking legit, man. Once again, man, Chris Paul he was making so many mid-range shots. This dude did it like 10 straight times, bro. I'm not even lying. Like, not straight, but 10. Like, I swear I remember him making 10 mid-range shots in that game just over and over and over again, man. Automatic for mid-range, man. Crazy. But the game we're going to be picking today, only picking one game, staying away from the 76ers versus Hawks. I'm leaning Hawks, but I don't know, man. I think the 76ers may have figured them out. I think that the 76ers may have taken control of the series. So I'm not too sure about that one. The game we're going to be picking is the Utah Jazz going to Los Angeles to take on the Clippers. In the last game in this series, the Clippers took care of business. Once again, they seem to rise from Phoenix from the ashes once again when they're down 0-2. They played great. Defense was looking great. Offense is looking much better than it was earlier in the series. Paul George especially, he finally showed up in this playoffs. Kawhi Leonard had, I believe, 33 points. We had him in that over-under prop. That was our pick in that game. We had him over 27.5 points. Got it quite easily for us, so that was great. But this time we're picking the game. I feel confident enough to pick the game this time. And with this one, currently got the spread at -5 for the Clippers. It's a little bit much, man. I can't lie. That would make me want to pick the Jazz, but I'm going with the Clippers. I think something about the Clippers team, man, whenever they're down 0-2, man, they just seem to figure it out, and it seems like they've done it once again, man. I mean, the defense looked legit. The defense actually matched their personnel for once, because when you always look at this Clippers team, you look at who's on it. You look at the guys that are on this team, and almost all of them are known as great defensively, and you're always wondering, why don't we see great defense from the Clippers very often? And you'll see it in spurts. Like, they'll turn it on and you'll see great defense. Game 3, they had great defense. That's what you would expect the Clippers to play like with the personnel that they have. So I think this is just a case, man. The Clippers, it takes time. I guess it just takes time for them to get settled. It takes time for them to get into the series and finally put in effort. I don't know what it is, but I'm going with them in Game 4. I think they're going to tie it up 2-2 here. I think Game 5 is going to be juicy, but I think the Clippers are gonna win this game at home. And even though the spread is a little bit big in my mind, -5, I honestly would expect the spread to be like -3, because the Jazz are no pushover. Something interesting though that will affect the spread definitely is Mike Conley. He's questionable, so we don't know. He hasn't played in I believe since the first round versus the Grizzlies. So that would definitely be interesting. The Jazz can definitely use him. Another guy that can handle the ball, make plays. But I'm going with the Clippers. Even if Mike Conley plays, I feel good about the Clippers. Mike Conley, he's a good player, but he's not enough for me to think the Jazz here, even if he plays. So with that being said, I'm expecting defense once again to be on display tonight. Expecting them to lock them down. Expecting Kawhi and Paul George. Hopefully Paul George can get going, man, because he's not shown you much in this playoffs. That game was, a great sign. So hopefully he's able to, keep it going here. And Kawhi, you already know what you're gonna expect from Kawhi, man. Kawhi's that guy, man. I'm expecting a big game from both of them once again. Hopefully Marcus Morris can contribute as well. I'm going with the Clippers, man. I'm a buy point though. I haven't been buying points, in a minute. I'm a buy point for this game because I think -5 is a little bit too steep in my mind. So I'm going with -4 for the Clippers. That's gonna be my pick. Clippers -4. We'll see what happens. Good luck to you all today. Hopefully all your best come through.